Today, friends, let's talk about something crazy. Todd agreed to a plan he never dared imagine. After lights out, shadows creep in the dome hallway like restless notes. These friends quietly cross the musical staff, escaping captivity with night as thick as ink, woods as a stage backdrop, and rustling leaves as opening sound. Fearless, they run like they're in a dance-off, racing toward freedom and fantasies like a dream party. They run to an off-campus cave, lit by moonlight and a faint flashlight, where Neil boldly decides, resurrect the dead poets society, what an adventure. But then it hits me, when I die, I'll realize I never truly lived. This dark cave seems to hold magic, gently awakening my buried passion. The longing for freedom, the yearning for ideals, the call to my true self, it's like a party for the soul. No rules, no parental orders, no teachers nagging, just young souls reviving under moonlight, like at a grand dance. But alas, this brief reverie couldn't escape the clutches of reality. A new day arrives, classes and rules unchanged. Todd's lost in familiar haze then. Professor Gitting, what's the purpose of language development? Todd knows but stays silent. Classic. As usual, he retreats into his shell, and Gitting observes but doesn't press him. Gitting just gently passes the question to Neil, are you going to pass? No. No, women. This line gets everyone laughing, and Gitting smoothly transitions into today's theme, Shakespeare. The moment the students hear that name, it's like they are bracing for a boring lecture. Clearly, they've all got stereotypes about this literary giant, so Gitting steps in to save the day. He channels Shakespeare's characters, reading his poems and making those boring classics come alive. The students burst into laughter. Any stereotype develops because you just don't look and listen enough. When you change your perspective, Shakespeare can actually be hilarious. And just as everyone gets lost in the lines and rhythms, Gitting suddenly jumps on the stage. Students glance at each other, unsure of his next move. Gitting will share another truth. We've got to learn to look at the world through different lenses. Looking down from the stage is a whole new vibe. Just like in life, you need to shift your perspective to find new meaning. He invites students one by one to come up and experience this new viewpoint. He tells everyone to work hard to find their own voice. Most people live in quiet despair, but he hopes you can rise above it. Drew chimes in. Most people are stuck in quiet despair. Stop dragging your feet. Get out here. Gitting assigns a killer project. Write your own poem and read it to the class next week. As he leaves, he gives Todd a knowing look and smiles. Don't think I don't know. This project gave me a real scare. Gitting's right. Weekend vibes start creeping in, and the campus is buzzing with relaxation. Everyone's soaking up precious free time. But there's Todd, still stuck in his dorm, racking his brain to finish the assignment, while time ticks away and the sunlight dims outside. Finally, he comes to a halt, tearing up the paper in all his struggles. It's so dramatic. Paper flutters to the ground, like unspoken whispers of his heart, drowned before they even take shape by reality's flood. A new week comes. Students read poems one by one. Todd lowers his head, pretending he didn't write one. Gitting, aware of Todd's insecurities, writes his poem I Stand at the Pinnacle of the World, on the board. He has Todd come up to demonstrate what roaring is, and Todd can barely get a word out. He's so flustered. Gitting is guiding him from behind, and Todd barely has time to register what's happening. Gitting points at the home and grey flower on the wall and asks who it reminds him of. Even if it's nonsense, don't let that crush your vibe. You can do better. Relax. Let your imagination soar. Say the first thing that comes to mind. Even a bad start is fair game. Hey, this poet's brain is totally wild. That's genius. Then, without skipping a beat, Gitting blindfolds Todd, telling him to find inspiration. Times L, pant, iamat, F, letter 3ca, ig, not send degrees, cyrillic letter 4ab, so I tell to divide by he, 3, o, amount, times L, o, acute, a, amount, u, acute, ig, rolf, y, acute, letter 3ca, o, amount, o, stroke, there, o, acute, a, amount, I, ig, not send 10, direct reflex a quarter, aspirated, so cyrillic letter 4e, 7, a half, o, amount, plus or minus band, I, cyrillic, share, circumflex, cyrillic letter 4e, 7, micro, a, amount, cyrillic letter 4e, 3, I, circumflex, juicidil, and not send letter 3ca, so I, u, a meaning, to letter 2b, a half letter 1e79 paragraph a stroke plus or minus band out times L plus or minus a circumflex small cap then dot pan and times I circumflex o maldo tilde agrov letter 1f7b as equal o stroke 3 o mot cyrillic letter 4e3 ik I cyrillic cam gamma not sign a quarter without peers gaze and real constraints. Todd immerses in an ocean of imagination, thought soaring, words flowing freely. A tilde o isa conflicts hatchek a mouth o a quarter o tilde acute y11 o micro yen legatitizi not sign our times a tilde a quarter o tilde acute usin o micro yen tan direct flicks a mouth cyrillic letter for ab so sur delta plus or minus Chinese let. Hand copyright. Each word and sentence radiates power and beauty, like living in a chain of strength. Your feet are always cold, just forget about them, hold on to that chain. Tell me about that chain. Take it. Hit it, it'll never cover us. From the moment we cry to the moment we die, it'll only mask your face. When he opens his eyes, inspiration floods in like a wave, and suddenly a poem forms effortless. The audience erupts in thunderous applause, and Todd realizes the real shackles are his self-doubt. Newton sparks the confidence in his soul, and under his teaching philosophy, the kids come alive. Sometimes he takes everyone to the playground, passing out slips labeled poetry to every student. Encourage them to stand and read aloud, then kick the ball hard. Come on, Charlie, show me your soul. No longer just boring textbook stuff, but passionate shouts that ignite the youthful spirit burning inside the students. Naya finally gathers the courage to audition for Planting the Dream of Leaves to become an actress. What a crazy challenge. Subtitle, It's her lifelong dream. Knox bravely confesses to his crush. Though the outcome's unclear, rejection feels realer than silence. But Charlie's dream tops it all. He brings girls from a nearby school to the Dead Poets Gathering and anonymously publishes an article in the school magazine, challenging Welton Academy. And at the Dead Poets Society gathering, he showcases himself, instantly becoming the center of attention at school. Don't forget, dear viewers, to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content like this.